as the all-attractive Lord. So I decided to become independent and make my own fortune. So I traveled to this temporary material world we all are standing on right now. There's so much to enjoy here, other than the tiny inconveniences, birth, disease, old age, death. But kings, scientists, philosophers, even great yogis cannot stop me. I am invincible. Well, almost. There's one way, and only one way. If one cultivates with Krishna consciousness, under the guidance of a pure Krishna devotee, he alone can stop me. But I'm warning you, by doing this, you're declaring war against me. And as long as you're on this temporary material world, I will not leave you in peace. Whew. I don't know what came over me. There's so much sin in this world. It's so exciting, so absorbing, all devouring. Talking of sin, where are those two good friends of mine, anger and greed? I've been looking for them everywhere. Anger, greed, where are you?
What is it? Well, lust, it's you.
Anger, it's been such a long time since I've seen you.
Bah, what do you want?
Well, I thought we could get together with greed and we could have a real good time.
Oh, get on with it then. Fine, go ahead.
I can go ahead if greed shows up. By the way, where is greed?
How should I know?
Did somebody call me?
Where on earth have you been?
I've been everywhere, looking for more of practically everything, just more and more.
Don't worry, greed. I've got a perfectly demonic plan for enjoying.
I don't care if everyone else goes without. I just want the most.
Oh, greedy. You're so greedy. It makes us quite envious.
Oh, get on with it, anger. Go, get on with it, lust. I'm getting impatient.
Okay, here's the plan. About this time every day, there's a feeble old man walking. So he happens to be a bit poor, but I happen to know that he's as rich as anything. Once we get him, we can beat him up and take all his money.
That sounds great, but can I have the biggest share?
I don't care, as long as I can kill him. Can I kill him, lust? Can I?
Well, if you must. Look, there he goes!
Oh, please, leave me alone. I'm just a poor man.
Poor man, you're a liar. Anger, hold him down and search him. Greed.
Rich man, lust. He's poor. Not a penny he has.
Poor man? What happened to all your money? Have you hidden it somewhere?
Honestly, I did have a great deal of money, but I lost it.
Lost it all.
Yes, by gambling.
Gambling? How irresponsible. How sinful. Well, you know the wages of sin, don't you? Anger, you can kill him now.
Wait! If you shall spare me, I shall tell you where to find riches beyond your wildest dreams. A treasure chest filled with gold, rubies, pearls, and thousands of gold coins.
Where is it? Tell us.
Will you promise that you shall spare me?
Of course, we'll spare you. We wouldn't do such a thing as break a promise, wouldn't we? Now speak on. Tell us where the treasure is.
Oh, okay. First, you must find the path of attachment. Then follow it into the forest of entanglement. After you find the forest of entanglement, you shall see the river of illusion. In the background, there should be the mountains of fear. Climb the mountains of fear, and you shall reach the cave of death. Inside the cave of death, you will find what you are seeking.
Oh, yes, we'll be the richest of them all. Anger, you can kill him now.
Oh, please, you promise!
You have a lot to learn, my friend. Never trust the word of a materialist. Anger, greed, let's go find the path of attachment.
And so the three rogues, anger, lust, and greed, went on to find the path of attachment.
Look, there's a great forest up ahead.
Yes, you think I'm blind?
Let's go this way.
We are so close to all those riches.
Look, the river of illusion.
It looks dangerous.
And cold, too.
Oh, just get in, you two weaklings.
Help! I can't swim!
It's all right. Just think of all those riches. You can do anything for that.
Yes, the riches. We've nearly reached the shore.
I bet if there was any treasure, that old fool was lying.
Take heart, Anger. Here are the mountains of fear the old man was talking about.
After climbing the mountains of fear, they enter into the cave of death.
The cave of death. It's so dark.
I'm not afraid. Come on, let's go in.
Stop! If you value your lives, go no further, for no one that has ever entered the cave of death has left alive.
Sorry, sir. We were just about to leave.
Oh, Lost, come back here. Who are you, you old crumbling twit?
I am old age, and I stand here at the door to the cave of death to welcome fools like you who are seeking doom.
Oh, come on, you two. This old man just lost some marbles being up in this mountain too long. Get out of here before I kill you.
You chose your own fate.
Look, their treasure chest. Gold, jewels, all mine, all mine.
God, are they socks?
We must split it 3 ways. We must do these things honestly.
Since when have you been honest, Lust?
Ha ha, very funny. Anyways, it was worth it. We're rich. We're rich.
I think I saw some water in the other part of the cave. Let me go get some for all of us. After all, I am quite tired.
Well, go get it. I don't want to be here too long now.
Hey, Anger. If we split this treasure between the 2 of us instead of greed, there would be a lot more for all of us. Both of us, right?
But what will he think about that? How are you going to persuade him?
We're not gonna persuade him. We're just gonna bump him off.
Bump him off.
Come on, Anger. You're the man of the world. All we do is this. As soon as greed comes back, I'll distract him while you go behind him and zip with your knife. And that's the end of...
Ha ha ha. I like your style.
Shh, there he comes.
Haha, I'll give them some water, all right, with the addition of a few drops of cyanide. After all, why should we split the treasure between 3 people when I could have all of it? Here you go, gentlemen, a little water to refresh you.
Put it right there while we count the loot. I'll say, what's that big snake going up your back?
Oh, you dirty double dealers! Gold, jewels, all mine, all mine.
Don't take it personally, my friend. It was purely a business arrangement.
Come on, let's drink on it. Cheers!
I warned them. They did not heed my warning. Such is the result of lust, anger, and greed. As Lord Krishna himself said in Bhagavadgita, chapter 16, verse 21, Trividam narasidam nansam darsam atmanaha karma krodas tata lobas tasmad itad samjajat. There are 3 gates to this hell: anger, lust, and greed. Every sane man should give these up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. Alas, they're not dead today, for they're very much alive in the heart of men today. Come on, gentlemen, tell us your tale of woe.
Lust is so filled with desire to enjoy his bodily senses, to lord it over the creation, and to become independent of God. All his good qualities were destroyed, and ultimately so was he.
Anger was frustrated upon being unable to satisfy his unlimited lusty desires. Losing his intelligence, he became overrun by madness, destruction, and violence.
Greed was so selfish and avaricious that he plundered and cheated everyone for as much as he could gain. Causing so much distress to others, he paid the price and died in misery.
Those very rogues who created the factories, the slaughterhouses, the nuclear bombs, and made this world exactly like hell. Those very rogues who are allowed to publicize in every novel and magazine, glorified in every newspaper, and treasured in every home and heart.
By following these rogues and their modern-day servants, the politician, strategic scientists, and educationalists, we are misled to replace spiritual searching with the accumulation of material objects. By allowing the youth to be misled by them, we are inadvertently supporting the downfall of civilization.
The result is this monstrous society in which we all are suffering so miserably. If one satisfies the animal propensities of mating, eating, sleeping, and defending, then he will die in ignorance and reborn, take birth again in the degraded animal species.
However, if one focuses himself on Krishna consciousness, they will lose all sight of the bondage of lust, anger, and greed, and will be in loving relation to the all-attractive Lord Krishna.
Such a rare and priceless opportunity is now available in the personality of Srila Prabhupada. Simply by following such a pure devotee and chanting the holy names, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
One is transferred at the end of his life back home, back to Godhead, which is forever free from the pangs of lust, anger, and greed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.